Hello everyone, this is Candy, the 614 Stitcher, and today is Wednesday, April the 17th, 2024, and this is my Flosstube episode 117. I would like to say hello and welcome to any and all new subscribers. I thank you for taking the time out of your schedule to see if I can enable you with a project or two. And to my returning friends, thank you so very much for coming back each and every time that I do upload a video. It has been an interesting week. Nothing really all that exciting or anything, but I did want to say thank you so very much for all of your wonderful comments. I do read them and heart them. I am going to get better about responding to them. I just need to pick a day of the week and sit down and respond to them all. I also wanted to thank you if you follow me on Instagram and Facebook. Thank you so very much for all of your wonderful comments. I reached the 90-day mark for quitting smoking. And I usually don't put information out there, that kind of personal information out there. However, I know there are quite a few of us that are trying to quit smoking or have quit smoking but are still struggling. And so I just wanted to put that out there that I was a 40-year plus smoker. And so, you know, it can be done. Is it easy? Heck no. There are some days where it takes all I can do to get by without going and buying a pack of cigarettes. So just know that you are not in this battle alone. If you need any kind of support, please reach out to me. I am more than happy to share what I have tried that has really worked well for me. I have weaned myself off of nicotine patches. I'm no longer doing the sucker thing. I barely do the gum thing. And so it is a process, and you can do it if you are trying to quit smoking also. So I have some whips to share. I have no finishes, no new starts. I have a couple of shout outs that I would like to do, and some announcements, and then I will let you go to your next Flosstube. For this week, I worked on 6 projects, and I'm going to share those with you now. Well, let me back up. I'm going to show you, I did start something new, but it's not a new project. It's a new craft. So I went to Keepsakes on Saturday. I go down to Keepsakes once a month, usually the second Saturday of the month. I try to get down to see my Stitchy family. That's what I call them. And so I was able to go down this past Saturday. And instead of cross stitching, I had Miss Susan teach me how to do EPP, which is English paper piecing. And what that entails is you use papers. You use these little hexagon papers. And they don't just come in hexagons. Everybody associates English paper piecing with hexagons, but there are different shapes you could also utilize for them. And you wrap them in fabric. These were pre-made already, so. And then you sew them together. So this is actually one, I am making a pin cushion, and I'll show you that in a second. So this is the top, and then this will be the bottom. And when I get done, hopefully it will look like this. This was a sample that Miss Susan made to show me different ideas that you could use when making hexagons. But it's called English paper piecing. I am really enjoying it. I think I have a couple of big trips this season. And I think these will come in handy when I won't be able to get, so like I'm thinking about working on them on an airplane so that I don't have to bring out all of my stitchy stuff. This is just a little baggie, and I can sit with a needle and a thread and just stitch away, stitch away, stitch away. So once I get this finished, I will bring it back to you and show you how I ended up finishing it. I am really, really enjoying it. So this was one day of working on it, and I really have enjoyed doing it. So that is my newest crafty endeavor. I am one that did not grow up with crafting, and so now in my later years, which is a relative term, I guess, I am trying all the things to see what I actually like to do. I do like working with my hands a whole lot, and so hence the cross stitch and English paper piecing. I think these little pincushion items are super cute and would make really good gifts for friends. Because you don't necessarily have to use it as a pincushion either. You could use it as a tchotchke. You know, it could sit around if you have one that matches your decor. And there's some other different things you can do with EPP, including making a quilt. I don't know that I want to make a quilt out of EPP, but it can be done. So now I'm going to go ahead and get into my whips. If you have been around for a while, you know that I quilt, I've done ceramics, I garden, I do all kinds of things. So I'm a very crafty kind of person. So stay tuned for more crafty endeavors, I guess you should say, I could say. So for my first whip this week, I worked on a Whippagory, which is which was created by Sammy J Stitches, and it's a group of 5 categories that she puts out once a month. She you can follow her on Instagram and get the list of Whippagories if you'd like. This month's Whippagories were Newest Start, Struggle Bus, Less Than 10 Stitches. I don't know why I just didn't look at it. I got it right here. Least Amount Stitched, Less Than 10 Colors, New to You, Struggle Bus, and Newest Start. And so for Newest Start, I worked on, which has actually gotten a lot of work in on it for last month and this month. Lichen by Ink Circles. And if you recall, I started this project for my friend Ymir, who ran over 300 miles from Los Angeles to Las Vegas. And this will be the project that I will be working on every time that she participates in a running event. So here's a picture of where it was when I last showed it. And here is where I am now. So the border met up all the way around. I added 129 stitches into this project, and it was going from one end of the border to the next, down to the corner. So now it all met up, and I'll be working on, the next time I pick this up, I'll be working on doing some more of the outlining for this project. I'm going to do the outside, and then I'll just keep working my way into the middle. This is a 4-sided project, so it does not, either way you turn it, it will be the same. So this is originally a roll your own, and you choose 3 different color types. I am using DMC 37.99 for the outlining, and I am using a almond M&M silk for the colors. So this is her silk that I'm using for the colors. I am also stitching this on a 36 count Blue Ridge by Atomic Ranch Fabrics. And that was my newest start. Sorry, I got... So the next whip that I worked on this week was for the magazine monthly cross stitch challenge group that I'm in, and the theme is down the river. And so for that project, I chose The River by Modern Folk Embroidery. And for those of you that are new to my channel, I am stitching this middle basket part here. And here's a picture of what it looked like the last time that I showed it. Sorry, I'm making sure I don't have an emergency going on. We have storm warnings here, tornado warnings, and so I'm just making sure that everything is okay. And here is where I am now. So I added this flower here, these flowers here, and this vine up here. I added 263 stitches to this project. It is also on my year of whips, so you will be seeing this quite a bit this year. I am using DMC Blanc for the white, and the fabric is a 14 count Evil Queen by Bestitch Me. And there is where it is now. I think I probably could, I don't know. So there's where it is now. So when I pull this back out, my year of whips stay out. I never put them away like I do the other projects once I get finished with them. So my year of whips stay out so that I can continue putting them in my cross sticks, or when I have a time, well, basically for my acrostics, or if I want to get them a little extra love during the month. The goal for the river was 250 stitches, and I put in 263. So I actually am looking at having a little bit more time, perhaps later on in the month, and so I might pull that out again. I'm actually going to a retreat at the end of the month, so I'm not for sure what I'm going to be taking with me at this point. My next whip is City Sidewalks, and it is a whip go call that was chosen by my friend Carolyn Zook. I have several different people listed on my WhipGo board, and I've allowed them all to choose a project. And so she chose City Sidewalks because she wants me to be more of a all-around stitcher instead of a seasonal stitcher. It's not working very well though, I don't think. Anyway, here's a picture of where it was when I last showed it. And here is where I am now. So I have the first building completely filled in with the exception of the beads. There's beads that go in these little tiny spots here. I filled in the red. I'm missing one stitch right there. It's red. I actually had an error on this and had to take out all of the innards and put them back in, and I just didn't have the red on my needle, so I need to put that back in. And then I started on the third building, which has the large tree. So I'm thinking the next time I pull this out, or maybe I can take it with me on retreat, I'll outline that tree so that I can have some fill in. But there's also beads on the tree. I am stitching this on a 28 count Frost by Stitch Me. So it'll be a little bit, you know, like I could probably go ahead on and cut this now. But I do love this stitch. It's too bad if that it's not on my year of whips, although if I don't get it finished this year, it will be on my year of whips for next year. And I am using the called for DMC on this project. I added 428 stitches to that project for a total of 716 stitches. So my next project could also be considered a struggle bus project. It is oh, you know what? City Sidewalks is also the T for town in the magazine monthly challenge group. My next project was Half the Fun, which I am working on this with Miss Sheila from Sunshine Stitchers and Miss Margaret. We started this on a cruise in 2022. And here's a picture of where it was when I last showed it. And here is where it is now. So I'm putting this on a board because I need to show you. So I started over in, when I first picked up this project back in June, or it was July of 2022, I started in the upper left hand corner. As you can see, there are no stitches there anymore. As I was working on the train, I realized that this bus was incorrect and had to take it out. And now I am backing into this top front again. If that makes any sense whatsoever. It makes sense when I'm saying it to myself, but I know. So I have to re-put back in the airplane, this bug automobile, the bicycle, and I think the motorcycle will all have to be, well, they will have to be put back in, because when I went to go do the train, it would not fit. So I have been taking out stitches and adding stitches as I go along to correct and make this side look like this side. I am stitching this on a 16 count Fortnite fabrics, and I am using, I don't know what the name is anymore. I can't find the ticket. And I am using a Leo and Roxy Roxy Co. It used to be Leo and Roxy. It's now Roxy Co. floss, and the name is Vampish. It is a very dark purple with a little bit of gray and some magenta in there, but you can barely see it. It's very, very dark purple. So this is also on my year of whips. I use this for the A in Rowboat for my year of whips. I mean, in my magazine monthly cross stitch challenge, I used it for the letter A because it has an airplane in it, and I'm gonna have to restitch that airplane. And then it is also on my year of whips. I added 335 stitches to this project this time. I'm gonna put you on pause for just 1 second. Okay, so my next whip is 1 Dozen Quakers, which is the O in Rowboat for Magazine Monthly. And here is what that looks like. I am participating in the hashtag Bake Me a Quaker Style that EJ is hosting. And this month is these 2 over 1s, and part of this motif. Yeah. And here's a picture of where it was when I last showed it. And here is what I added. I added this portion right here. This is on my Whipagories as new to me. I am using this floss here is a Night Stalker floss. And the name... the name of it is called Soulmate. So I'll try to get that closer. It is a very nice variegated purple to magenta. It even has a couple of specks of orange in there. It is very nice. So this is my new to me, and it's the Night Stalker for the Whipagories. It's the Night Stalker floss, and I will show you what that looks like. So it is very, very nice floss. I added, 64 stitches here. I'm going to be picking this project up every couple of days, putting stitches in it, because August, I'm about to be upon retreat season, and I do not want to fall behind on this project. So I'll be adding stitches every few days so that I can keep up. I did add the 2, and now I have to count down to add the 5. This portion that I did stitch was already put in, well, part of it was already put in, and I took it out because the floss that I chose for that mimicked this floss too much for my liking, so I took it out, and it was very light anyway, so it didn't show very well either. So that is where I am on my 1 dozen Quakers. I will be pulling this out again very soon because I still need to get in that motif. So let me show you where April's portion is. Here is where April is, so you can see this whole section here. So what I should really be working on, which I counted down so that I could find my placement for here, is this motif here and this number 5. But I'll be working on that. Yeah, because I needed to, so my working copy is not complete, so I need to go to the library. That's why I was like, why did I work on that in the first place? My working copy is not complete for that section, so I need to go to the library and make a copy of it. I'm having a hard time getting that back in there. Okay, and I said I added 64 stitches to that. And my last whip that I worked on for this time is Temperature Turtles by Stitching Mommy. And here's a picture of where it was when I last showed it. And here is where I am now. I have added the April turtle. So that's what the whole piece looks like. And now I can fold this in. I have added the April turtle, and this is all the way up to the 13th. It's all the way up to the 14th. I need to add his leg and his tail for the rest of his body part, and then you know, start working on the inside. This is my Sunday morning stitch. I stitch on this for the week so from Sunday to Saturday. So like this coming Sunday, I'll be working on from the 15th, no, from the 14th through the 20th, and then so forth. So I put in the 7 days all in one swoop on this, and that's how I've been able to stay caught up on it. I am stitching this on a 32 count. I know the name of this fabric too. Whimsical. A 32 count Whimsical by Stitch Me, and I am using a sulky conversion that I came up with for the temperatures for this for Ohio, Columbus, Ohio. And that's where I am now on it. I do still need to put in the back stitching for the turtles. I'm going to see about doing that at the end. I'm hoping, this is actually on my year of whips also. And what I'm hoping is even though we need to be finished No, it's not on my Year of Whips. I take that back, because Year of Whips runs through December the 18th. And I won't have this completed by December the 18th because of the rest of the days of the, you know. So that's where I am with that. I added 321 stitches for the April turtle. And that's put me at the week for my stitches at 1,540 stitches for this week, which is pretty good, I think. I stitched every day, even though, well, I was trying to think, did I stitch every day? Yes, today's the, I'm like, what? Yes, I've stitched every day. I stitched every day last week, and that's what I'm showing you now. And then so far I've stitched Sunday and Monday and yesterday. I just need to remember what I stitched yesterday. Anyway, I'll be writing it down in my calendar. Maybe I didn't stitch yesterday. What I did yesterday, what I did do yesterday was yard work. So no, I didn't stitch yesterday. I neglected my yard last year, and so this year it looks a hot mess. And so I have been cleaning up and weeding and doing all of that. And so no, I did not stitch yesterday, but it is what it is, and that's all it is. Because I have found that I let things take over my life, and then I don't make room for other things. Hence, you know, me wanting to do English paper piecing. So now I need to find a few minutes in a day to work on that. And then I need to do some gardening, and then I need to do some sewing, and I need to do some housework. And you know, it's just one thing after another. I need to come up with a way to be organized so that I can do most all of the things. So I don't have any finishes for this week. And so with that being said, I'm going to go on to my plans for the week. Let me get this put away. So I have lots of plans. I will be working on Rosina Dizery. I need to get in a lot of stitches. I put in 323 stitches when I last worked on it. So I need to put in at least another 350 stitches. To get that to my 700 stitches. And that was a whip go call from Miss Shelia. So I need to get those in before the end of the month. And I need to do that this weekend because I'll be gone out of town the following weekend. So I won't have, you know, I won't have 2 extra weekends to finish that up. So I need to try to get those, I need to get those 300 stitches in over this next coming weekend. I plan on having a new start on Saturday. My friend Christy is doing she is the apothecary stitcher. On Flosstube, and she is doing a did I say Christy? It's Kristen. Sorry, Kristen. She is doing a 5K on Saturday, and I will be starting a project for her starting a 5K. So it is, I have it right here. I left that with that one. I will be starting Quirky Quaker Turtle. She actually purchased this for me as a gift, and so I am going to stitch it, and hopefully I'll have a saf out of it by the next time you see me. It is very, like, the stitch count is very low. It is 39 by, it is 39, sorry, 39 by 39. So hopefully I can knock that out pretty quickly. And it's stitched on a 28 count, and so I have plenty of blue 28 count that I can work on that. I am also going to I am thinking that I'm going to pull out Warrior to finish up the Whip Go stitches for that project. And I also need to pull my Struggle Bus piece, which is Give Thanks, because I only have Struggle Bus. I already did less than 10 colors. And I need to do least amount stitched for Whippagories. And I have a least amount stitched project. I'm just not sure that I'm ready to work on it yet. But I need to put some stitches in my Struggle Bus because it is on my Year of Whips. And I'm just going to hunker down and get it done. And I believe I also need to add, nope, I think I did that already. Yep, Twisted Band Sampler. Twisted Band Sampler was also my March Whip Go. You know, March was not very productive. I wasn't very productive in March. And so I put in 375 stitches on that project, but I'm going to wait. I might pull that project back out in June because it is a rainbow band sampler and I celebrate Pride. If you are new to my channel, I have 2 children that are, I don't know, yeah, I have 2 children that have same-sex partners, and so we celebrate gay pride and all the things, trans pride, all the prides are celebrated in my family. So I'm probably going to bring that back out in June for Pride Month. So with that being said, those are all of the plans that I have. So I'm going to work on Rosina Dizery. That is like at the very top of the list because I'm catching up with what happened in March, but I do not want to backslide. So Rosina Dizery is at the top of the list for this weekend. So is Quirky Quaker Turtle. That's at the top of the list for Saturday. And my Struggle Bus piece, which is Give Thanks. And the Struggle Bus is that it has backstitching in it and their words, and my mind is like not feeling the backstitching of the words. So, hello everyone, this is Candy, Editing Candy. As it turns out, boy, I'm batting 1,000 today. As it turns out, I forgot about my investments. Pardon me. So you're seeing me with my investments now. And I wanted to share them because I had such stitchy kindness and investments. I wanted to make sure that I shared them. Move, Albert. So in my Stitchy investment bag, my first Stitchy investment is actually Stitchy Kindness from my friend Kate over at Fickle Stitches. And it is this lovely project bag. Now, it doesn't say, Kate, I don't know, did you make this bag? It doesn't have on here who the bag was made by or anything. It has this wonderful purple inside polka dot. Gotta love a polka dot. And then it also has this lovely notions pouch. Ooh, this might work for my EPP. Ooh. So this is the notions pouch for it also. And she also added in this African-American history bag. So it has Harriet Tubman on it, Ida Wells, Walker, George Washington Carver, Madam C.J. Walker. They're all on the front and the back. We're under a storm warning here, so wind, all the things. So thank you so very much, Kate. I so appreciate you. She knows me very well. And I miss stitching with you guys. I'm going to have to get back over so I can start stitching with you all again. So that's my bag, Stitchy Kindness from Kate. And then I received some Stitchy Kindness by my friend Vicky Stitchin Buttons. She sent me a beautiful card and a purpley floss to go with it. Thank you, Vicky. I appreciate you so very much. It did brighten my day. Very much so. I also received my summer 2024 Just Cross Stitch magazine, and please check out my friend Carolyn Zook for a fabulous flip through of this. I do have one project tagged. I do have one project tagged in it, and it's Be Mindful. And this also would be a great project for mental health care style. Mental health care style, yeah. There was another one in here too, I thought. Let me look in the back. Maybe that was the only one. Oh, it's Just Be You. And that's on page 64. I am in total agreement with Carolyn. These Just Cross Stitch magazines have gotten so much better. So this one says Just Be You. So there's that. I also received my Fat Quarter Shop Floss Frenzy or Floss Fix, and it is Eve's Leaves Fallen Leaves, Fancy Green Nancy, Fields of Green, Finley Gold, Fleur de Lilac. Fleur de Lilac. So that is what is in there. I also received my May Bitty Bow Club. I am going to just be collecting these for right now until I can get a handle on how to add them into my... I don't know what happened. Last year I did so well with keeping up with them. This year, not so much. So, but I received the May one, and it has all of the accoutrement in it. And then again, I went down, oh, here's the cute little card that came with Kate's bag. And let me see if she says in here. It doesn't say in here who the bag was made by, so maybe Kate did make the bag. Let me know, Kate, if you made the bag. It's nice. I love it. It's got all my favorite. It's got all my faves on there. So again, I am also for my Fabric of the Month Club. I'm still in the Color and Cotton Fabric of the Month Club. I get a 32 count neutral, and this month it is Buttermilk. Yeah, that's pretty good. I want to switch up this club, but I'm scared if I switch it up, then I may not be able to get back in. Not switch it up. I want to switch the fabric count, and I know that the fabric count that I want into, she is still full. So that's my Color and Cotton for this month. Also, I went down to Keepsakes again on Saturday, and I picked up Queen of the Night. I will be starting this. My friend Janet Jabber did start this for the solar eclipse, and I want to also start it. I just need to see if I can't find some Black Swan or something comparable to the black fabric. The model is stitched on 40 count Black Swan, which is by Fox and Rabbit. So I will be getting a start on that, and it's really nice. They're all of the colors are DMC, so it's really nice. The next item that I picked up, and I've been eyeing this ever since it came out, and it is the Jan Hicks Creates. Sorry, I'm trying to take the price tag off. It's the Jan Hicks Creates African Daisy, and I love this piece. I believe that I have all of the overdyes for this, and I'll be stitching it with the overdyes. But what I may be doing is stitching it on 25 count over 1. We'll see. And the reason why I say that is I was sitting next to Miss Susan, and she was showing me some 25/1 stitching, and so I picked up a piece of mushroom 25 count, which I don't have very much 25 count. I think I have like 2 pieces of potato and a gray. And then I picked up another piece of 25 count, and this is ivory. Yeah, that's pretty true to color, even though that light is. So those were my investments for this time period. Again, I'll be, like I said previously, I'm sure I'll be getting some more investments. Not this coming weekend, because I need to save a little bit of cash for going to Stitch North, but I'm sure I'll be bringing back stuff from Stitch North also. Okay, so on to the rest of the video. I hope that I can insert this so that it's toward the endish of the video, but who knows. I always have a struggle time with inserting videos on top of videos, so we'll see. But thank you again so very much, and I will see you soon. Bye. I did want to talk to you, and I'm going to bring it up one more time before May, I'm sure. But if you are new to my channel, I celebrate May by stitching on a mental health project. I have suffered with mental health issues for all of my life, and so May is Mental Health Awareness Month. And therefore, I decided a few years ago that to help reduce the stigma of those of us that are suffering from mental illness, that I would start a mental health care SAL. With that being said, you can stitch on whatever brings you joy also. If you do not want to start a new project, I normally start a new project and try to finish it within the month. This year, however, is going to be a little bit different. I am going to be starting 4 new projects, one for each Sunday or Monday. I didn't look to see how many Mondays were in May. Yeah, there's actually 4 Mondays, 4 Sundays. So I'll be starting a new project. I never like starting projects on Mondays because you never know what's going to happen. So it'll probably be like on a Tuesday or Wednesday. Wednesday is the 1st. So I'm going to do 5 new projects, which works out perfectly because I found another one that I wanted to work on for the month of May. And I'm not going to focus on getting them finished, but they will get, from Wednesday to Wednesday, they will get worked on, and I will see where I end up with. I want to work on more mental health care projects during the year, and this is my way of starting them within the month of May, and then working on them as the year goes along until next May, when I hopefully will have them all finished, because they are not going to be big. Last week, I shared with you to go check out my friend Emily Call's Etsy shop. She has 2 patterns on her shop. One is I Am Enough, and the other is I Am Brave. And both of those projects I will be starting in the month of May. I also looked through some magazines and a book. If you are new to my channel, last year I received this book. It is on Amazon. My friend Lynn X Stitches Creates gifted me this book, and it is Self-Care for Cross Stitch. I did stitch a pattern out of this book last year and finished it in the month of May. And so I will be, I have one slated right now, and it is Forgive Yourself and Move On. Or forgive yourself and move on. That's what I always try to tell myself. Forgive yourself and just move on. But the name of the chart is Forgive Yourself. And one of the things for me is I constantly seem to beat myself up over a decision, or and that draws out my depression. So I'm trying to learn. I'm quick. Well, maybe not as quick as I should be, but I can forgive other people, but I'm like my own worst enemy. There are several different charts in this book. One of them is You Are Enough. You can go on Amazon and check this book out. This is the one that I finished last year, and I need to get it fully finished because it is so pretty. So please check out this book. It is, like I said, it is on Amazon. It does have some language words in it. If you are not wanting to see or stitch certain language words, this might not be the book for you, because there are a couple of words in here. But that is a resource for those of you that might be looking for a pattern to stitch. I also, because I'm part of the magazine monthly cross stitch group, thought that I would look through some of the cross stitch magazines and come up with a couple of charts. So in the spring 2024 issue, and my friend Debbie is stitching this right now, and I am loving it. It is actually going to be one of the projects that I start in May, and I'm going to so totally copy her. What page is that on? Oh, yeah. Okay. It is Current Mood. It is on page 59 in the Just Cross Stitch magazine. Well, 58, 59, and 60. The pattern is on page 60. But this is what it looks like in the magazine. And what Debbie did, which I thought was perfect, she changed the colors. First of all, she's stitching it in sulky. Secondly, she changed the colors to the color of the rainbow. And I think I'm going to do that exact same idea, Debbie. I loved that idea. I wish I could find a black fabric and stitch this in the negative. I don't know. That might not work. But anyway, this will be one of the projects that I start for Mental Health May. And then I found one more in the August 2023 Just Cross Stitch magazine. And it is on page 10. And it's very simple. And if you don't want something that screams mental health, this is a very good one. And it is Live in the Sunshine. And it's very simple. bright colors, which is always good for helping improve your mood. And so those are two. That was found on page 10 of the August 2023 Just Cross Stitch magazine. So there's a few more ideas for you. If you have magazines laying around, look through your magazines. There's always positive affirmations in the Just Cross Stitch. That's the only one that I get, so that's the one that I can go with. I can tell you that I do not believe that this will be released. I know a lot of you were looking forward to this chart being released. I don't believe that it's going to be released for Mental Health May, but stay tuned to Forbidden Fiber Co. so that you can pick that pattern up when she does release it. So one more announcement. That was my announcement for Mental Health May, and I will make next week. I'm going to show you all of the charts that I'm going to be stitching for the 5. I'm going to start on Wednesday. Every Wednesday, I'm going to have a new start in the month of May. Maybe a few more than just on Wednesday as it's looking. I am like wanting to start all the things, knowing that I don't need to start anything, but I do. I want to start stuff. I'm like, I need a new start. I think I need a new start. And my next announcement is I will be traveling up to Canada for Stitch North. I am going to weekend number 2. So if you are also going to be at Stitch North for weekend 2, please, please, please come by and say hi. I am a hugger and a higher and a laugher, and I enjoy having a great time, and so I'm really looking forward to it. I haven't been to Canada. I've only been to Canada once, and that was to go to Windsor. So I'm looking forward to it. I will be making the drive up. So it is not, it's a little distance for me, but it's not too terribly bad. But again, I will be there. If you would please come over and say hello, I would love to meet and greet with you. Okay, so my last little announcement is I received this wonderful gift on Saturday. If you follow me on Instagram and Facebook, you saw this. Miss Susan knows that I love frogs, and she purchased this frog for me and stuffed it so it is weighted. He's weighted so that he can help hold down my lamp when I go to retreats. I've gotten some very interesting names. Rip Van Rippet. I've gotten Rippet. I've gotten Freddie. And quite a few others. I'm still looking for the perfect name for him. I did have someone send me a name called Sir Ripalot or Sir Rippet. So I've gotten some names, but I'm looking for like something a little over the top, I think. I don't know. But I do really like him so very much. His name on his tag is Snapper. I don't know why they would name a frog Snapper. Like when I think of Snapper, I think of a fish, but somebody else was like, Snapper, that's a turtle's name. So anyway, if you have a great name for my little friend, please let me know in the comments below. I am so happy for him. I squealed when I pulled him out of the bag. He just made my day and continues to make my day For right now, he just sits on the ledge right there because she stuffed him so well. He literally sits up straight, and I super love him. So with that being said, I thank you so very much for your time and your attention, and I hope you all have a very good week. I will see you again soon. Good night. Hi. I said goodbye and didn't really mean that. I wanted to do a special shout out to a couple of Flosstube friends of mine. And I thought, oh, okay, I'm done. And right here in bold red letters, it says shout outs. And so I'm coming back to shout out a few Flosstube friends of mine that I would like for you all to go and check out. The first Flosstube friend group is two ladies. One lives in New York and the other lives in Oklahoma, and they are Kate and Cheryl of Fickle Stitches. They have just under 500 subscribers, so let's try to push them up to 500 subscribers. Kate is a prolific stitcher. I mean, stitch numbers for 2 weeks are in 10,000 plus stitches. And Cheryl started 50 projects for her 50th birthday. So she has a lot of projects also. They are a great team. There's also cats involved if you are into seeing kitty cats. Kate has 2 cats that make appearances every now and again. And so I am asking that you go check out my 2 friends, Kate and Cheryl of Fickle Stitches. My next Flosstube friend is Jerica, and she is the Daybreak _ Stitcher, because there's a Daybreak Stitcher, there's a Daybreak Stitchery, and then there's a Daybreak Stitcher. So Jerica just hit 500 subscribers. She is a prolific user of Silks for You. She loves Silks for You. She also loves big projects. She does a lot of modern folk embroidery. She is doing this whole thing with gardening and no buying groceries or something. Go check out her channel. I am actually very interested in it, even though it's just me by myself. And so she is getting into her garden and she's doing the stitching. And so go check out Daybreak Stitcher, my friend Jerica. And my final recommendation, shout out, is Stitching Jim. I met Jim at StitchCon in 2023, and she has out, I believe she's on her 4th video. She is also a quilter. She does large projects also and samplers, and so I would ask that you also go and check out her channel. I will be trying to do this at least once a month when I find new to me. These ladies are not new to me, but I would like to shout them out because I've been watching their videos. I've been trying to catch up on Flosstube, so please go and check them out. And now I will see you next time. Good night, everyone.